Good morning, evening, and afternoon. Welcome to part 7 of 9, episode 1, ここのつここのかここのいろ. First I want to apologize if there are any pauses or gaps in the text. I sometimes mute just to clear my throat. But yeah. So the series is getting interesting. With the introduction of superpowers. After the whole fiasco at the school, we had brought Kujo back to our apartment to eat and discuss the whole situation. Kujo had explained how it is connected or is similar to the anime that is centered around the town. And she had mentioned that she also has a power, and she had demonstrated it to Kakeru. And from the looks of her power, From the looks of it, her power is pretty strong. Being able to steal an object from somebody and then have them forget about it altogether. It has a lot of applications it can be used on. It's really surprising. I actually can't wait to see how it is used in the future. After some more talks, we were then introduced to Sofietta? I think her name was? Sofitia. Sorry about that. Sofitia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, I'm sure I hear it a few times. Sofitia has just introduced themselves, and I think they're going to start explaining things. Hopefully we get a lot of questions answered. So let's get straight into it, shall we? That was an awfully quick introduction for such a complicated background. But I'm going to let it slide just this once.
Oh, そんなに怖がらないで。一応あなたたちと同じ種族よ。これは仮の姿。
Oh, so human as well then?
ぬいぐるみが喋ったら他のどんな不可思議な話も信じるだろうって思って、あえてこんな姿になってみたんだけれど。
That is true. She looks us over with her cute, actually no, with her rather unsettling hollow eyes. And then she gives us an ugly smile.
その必要はなかったみたいね。もうあなたたちはぬいぐるみが話す以上の不可思議に巻き込まれている。
I wonder if we'll get to see the true form of Sofitia then.
今、アーティファクトと言いましたか？ええ、言ったわ。詳しいんですか？もともとは私の世界のものなんだもの。当然ね。
So there's a separate world that is all generated, or that it originates from.
私の、あなたの世界。
So here in English they say they're from another world, but in Japanese it says watashi no anata no watashi no. Wait. Oh, okay. I think I understand what they're trying to say. So, watashi no, which means more like myself or my. Then saying it's mine, like an object in a sense. So my, and then anata no sekai, your world in a sense. So I think what she's trying to say is, so my power, or my effect, or whatever, it's from your world. Kujo turns to meet my eyes. You can look at me like that all you want, but I don't know what you're expecting from me, Missy. I mean, I'm barely following what's going on here. Maybe because Kujo has more background in the stuff than I do. She buys the story abnormally quickly. I mean, with the whole paranormal thing and abilities and all sorts of things like this, you can't help but have to buy into it.
何から何までアニメと同じ。
アーティファクトは異世界から流入したものなんですね。
あなたの視点から見れば、そうね。私の視点だとアーティファクトが異世界に流出したということになる。
原因は神器が壊れたから。
あら、あなた素晴らしく頭がいいわね。その通りよ。
What is with this form? I didn't know there was gonna be more forms to this thing. What is it? What's leaking out of it?
やっぱりあの神器が勘抜き代わり。壊れてしまったことでアニメのように異世界へのゲートが開いて。
ええ、私たちの世界がつながった。
じゃあゲートを閉じない限り。
Okay, so at first I thought that somebody was influencing those abilities on people, causing them to go out of control. But then now it sounds like those powers had just came out, in a sense. People had just started getting powers. So, and obviously people were just getting powers and not understanding how to use them, or not understanding what it is. They would use it unconsciously or without even thinking, and it would go out of control. That's what happened with the guy with fire, and the person with the stone probably did it without even thinking.
この混乱は続くわ。
なるほど。
That color makes sense. I can't keep up with you two geeking out like this. I mean, I understand as well. But everything it starts does make sense.
ごめんなさい。
ちょっと、この世界独自の表現は避けてくれない？うまく翻訳できないのよ。
Huh, interesting.
翻訳？言語は違うんですね。
当然よ。世界が違うんだから。
もしかして意思疎通ができているのもアーティファクトの。
Seriously, slow it down. They both immediately stopped talking. Okay, so I was just thinking now, where he says, dakara, mattete. It's more like, as I was saying, wait or stop. So I know there's not time to stop so you can say something or think about something. Kujo is giving up the plushies just fine, but I can't make heads or tails of what they're talking about. I need to start from the beginning. First off, what the hell are you?
私？
Yes, you.
もう自己紹介はしたじゃない。私はセフィロトの。
I'm already confused. She sighs at me. Just for FYI, being treated like an idiot by a creepy little plushie is extremely irritating.
理解力のないあなたに簡単に説明してあげる。
Gee, thanks.
私はアーティファクトを回収しに来たの。あなたたち道具の使い方もわからないお猿さんには過ぎた代物よ。
The Stone Age, awfully big talk for a plushie.
だから本体はぬいぐるみじゃないわよ。可愛くて美人な女の子。信じてないわね。だからお猿さんなのよ。
Well, it's one way to prove if you are. You want to say that again? Yeah, I like how it says in Japanese, huh? Like you can hear his agitation, you can see the agitation in just those two letters there.
いちいち怒らないでよ。事実なんだから。現に強大な力を得たことで我を失って同族を殺したじゃない。
Murder. The word hangs in the air. She must mean the statue. So I might just I'll look at this properly. Yeah. Okay, so my first hypothesis was correct in a sense. whereas it was due to somebody, in a sense, causing that. But I thought it was probably her. Actually, no, I was just about off. So it was caused by somebody else, but it wasn't her power that turned herself to stone. Somebody else turned her to stone. So that means we might see more in the future. I can't deny that she was turned to stone. But completely straight about it. But to be completely straight about it, she was murdered. Murdered by petrification. The perpetrator can only have been one of these users.
さっきも言ったけど、続くわよ、この混乱は。現に力を持て余したお猿さんがさっきまで暴れていたでしょ。
Those flames were also the product of an artifact.
魂を焼く炎ね。使い手が未熟でよかった。そうじゃなかったらあなたたち今頃死んでいたわ。
私もいつかあんな風に。
そうなりたくないのなら協力なさい。
協力？
あなたの能力は使える。すべての能力に対してあなたの力は切り札になりうる。あなたにアーティファクトを奪われたユーザーは力の制御を失う。つまりあなたは能力ごとアーティファクトを奪える。それを証明してみせた。
Is that not also dangerous in a sense? Because if, say, she can steal their artifacts and their abilities along with them, wouldn't that mean she would be able to use those abilities as well? Meaning she wouldn't be able to control it as well. Let's wait and see.
言っていたわね。せめて世のため人のためにって。今がその時よ。見たでしょ？力に狂ったその末路を。事件はまだ続く。そしてまた人が死ぬ。
私なら。
そう、止められるかもしれない。あなたの力があれば。
私の力が。盗人の力なんてって自分に絶望したけれど、そのためにこの髪飾りが私を選んでくれたのなら。はい、やります。アーティファクトの回収手伝います。
ありがとう。交渉成立ね。
はい。
Seems really happy about it, being able to be useful. Kujo grabs the plushie's tiny nub of an arm and pumps it up and down. I knew those were probably arms, but could you really call that an arm? Together with this traveler from an alternate world, she will protect our planet against the oncoming catastrophe. Miyako Kujo has entered the fray. You know, if this were an anime, everybody would be bouncing up and down with excitement over the scene. However, I watched the two of them dispassionately. I mean, they're totally ignoring me. This must be what it feels like to be an extra in a blockbuster movie. I'm just sitting on the sidelines, watching the main characters psych each other up. Anyway, my bruised ego aside, I'm still a little confused about something. If she's the one you want, why'd you show up on my doorstep?
あなたが最初に見つけたユーザーだからに決まっているじゃない。
Interesting, so we are a user. I had a feeling that we might be one, but I thought there was a possibility we might just be more of like a supporting to Kujo in a sense. So do we have an accessory that would be used? Would it be the phone? I wonder. Wait, what? Kujo gasps and looks at me, while I stand there, frozen in surprise.
新見くんも？
No, wait a second, yeah. I'm freaking lost. I don't have an artifact or whatever. No way am I a user.
そうなのよね。アーティファクトを所持している様子がないのよね。
I had thought that he could possibly be one of those unique circumstances, but I think it might be his phone. Maybe it's not. Maybe it has to be an. How can I say this? Be like an object rather than an accessory in a sense. Huh? Oh, you mean you were joking a moments ago?
いいえ、私は冗談が好きじゃない。あなたは間違いなく何らかのアーティファクトに選ばれている。
でもその場合、
そう、力の使い方を理解するはず。あなたのように。ああ、まだ名前を聞いていなかったわ。
Or he has not found his artifacts because, like Kujo's, for instance, she only got her memory or knowledge of her artifact when she touched it or when she retrieved it. So maybe because we don't, or Kakeru doesn't know about his yet, but maybe because he hasn't interacted or found his yet.
あ、九条都です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくみやこ。ソフィーでいいわ。
Sophie, okay. My name's...
あなたはいいわ。
Wow, okay. What the hell?
とにかく、みやこのようにユーザーになった時点で理解するのよ。アーティファクトがその知識を主に与える。
So how does Sophie know that we're a user before we even know ourselves then?
でもあなたは本気で分かっていないよね。とても珍しいケースだからあなたのそばにいたの。きっと普通じゃないアーティファクトの力を得ている。危険度で言えばあなたはトップクラスよ。最優先監視対象。
The way they're wording it makes me feel like it's just gonna be something, some minor power. Are you for real? So the reason that she's been watching me is that she thinks I'm a freaking security risk? But this means I'm a user too, right? So I have powers like Kujo?
何してるの？
What is he trying to do? He's lifting up his hand, trying to do something and trying to think of something. Well, I was, seeing if I could fire a laser beam or something.
バカなの？
I hate this thing.
あなたの監視はこれからも続けさせてもらう。もっとも、今一番危険なのは魔眼の所持者ね。
This person probably with the stone.
魔眼、石化のアーティファクトを持つユーザー。
その通り、石像は一体で終わらない。絶対に次の被害者が出る。みやこ、魔眼のユーザーを探しなさい。未然に防ぐの。これ以上の強行を。
はい。
頼んだわよ。この姿では、私は本来の力を出せないから、すべてはあなたにかかっている。
Then how did she expect to collect all the artifacts then?
頑張ります。
あなたのように正義感の強い子に会えてよかったわ。そして、かける？
Hey, you knew my name all along.
だから自己紹介しなくていいって言ったの。これ以上面倒事を増やさないように。あなたはおとなしくしていなさい。いいわね。
It's getting calm. It's being looked at as a side character now. Uh-huh.
結構、ようやく協力者を得られたわね。こっちの世界のことはわからないから、みやこ、これからよろしくね。
ええ、よろしくお願いします。
かける？くれぐれも余計なことしないで。
I heard you the first time.
まだ話したいことはあるけれど、今日はこれくらいにしておきましょう。疲れちゃったし。じゃあね、また来るわ。
Okay. Whoa. The space around Sophie warps and folds in on itself, and then she disappears. What a needlessly flashy exit. Nevertheless, it's proof that she's some kind of supernatural entity.
すごい。
Kujo murmurs as she looks at the spot where Sophie once was.
異世界の住人と交流しちゃった。すごい。
Yeah, I'll say. The polar opposite to Kujo, trembling excitement, pretty sour. Signing a contract with a mysterious being is a pretty famous trope, you know. So if you're the magical girl, the chosen one, then that's gotta make me the enemy, don't you think? Are they trying to parody this to Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica, maybe?
そうね。新見くん妙に警戒されてた。
I really didn't know anything about all this. Artifacts, users, none of it.
わかってる。新見くんは嘘なんてついてない。
A lot of trust. I was gonna say, thanks for trusting me.
新見くんはどうして私のことを信じてくれたの？
About what?
私を信じて炎の中に飛び込んでくれた。
That. I was just like I could thinking about it. For one, I wasn't really thinking straight. I just knew I had to save Sora. For another, I could tell that it wasn't something I should try reasoning about. And more importantly, I knew you weren't the type to lose your cool in a situation like that.
私の人間性を信じてくれたの？
Yeah, I guess it's just that simple. Gujo looks down, her bangs covering her expression. Maybe something I said bothered her? I wonder if that was signifying rather that she was trying to hide her embarrassment in a sense. So I saw quite a bit of red on her cheeks, but I wonder if that was either the art or it was just kind of showing us, to us readers, that it was blush. She fumbles for her chopsticks and then reaches for a bite of food, but she stops halfway. She's fumbling, so I think she was. She sets them back down and lifts her face once more. Suddenly it hits me. Is she embarrassed? Yeah. Her cheeks are flushed. I choose not to pry, picking up my own chopsticks and returning to my meal.
新見くん、
Yeah?
よかったら一緒にやらない？協力してほしい。
Well, it would be great, but we don't know what our power is. You mean to search for the criminal?
ソフィーさんのことがなくても実はできないかなって思っていたの。今回のことで私はアーティファクトを奪えることが分かった。私の力なら石化の力を奪える。犯行を防ぐことができる。
I can't do anything, you know.
そんなことない。新見くんがいないと私こそ何もできない。
I don't believe that for a second.
あるよ。私一人だったら今回のことも無理だった。感銘を受けたの。とても迷わず飛び込んだ新見くんに。新見くんはとても勇気のある人。私もこうなりたいって思ったの。私が頑張れたのは新見くんのおかげ。新見くんがいれば私に何でもできる気がする。だからよかったら一緒に犯人を探してほしいの。 お願い。
I carry a bite of rice to my mouth, squeamishly, not answering. I can't stop blushing. Never would have guessed she thought so highly of me. I'm not used to this kind of treatment. My parents certainly never had such kind words for me. How do I even react to this?
ごめんなさい。やっぱりこんなこと付き合えないよね。
Let's do it.
いいの？
Yeah. We can't just leave that scumbag out on the loose so they can turn more people to stone. Kujo smiles. She looks so happy. And now I'm back to blushing and staring at the floor. Man, I can't believe it feels so good to have a girl relying on you.
大げさな言い方かもしれないけれど、
よろしくお願いします。
頑張ろうね。
Ah, okay.
こ
That
の
one.
町を守るために。
Right. I nod, trying to look good in front of her. I suspect her strong sense of responsibility is what has Kujo so motivated. Not to mention her sense of justice. But what about me? Honestly, my motives aren't so pure. I don't feel any obligation to protect the town or whatever. I just don't want Kujo to be disappointed in me. I want to get closer to her. I'm deplorable, I know. But I feel it's a good enough reason for now.
よかったらこれも食べて。
Alright, thanks.
口に合わなかったら残していいからね。
No, it tastes great, really.
よかった。新見くんは料理しないんだっけ？
No, not at all. I've got some cooking utensils for what it's worth, though.
そっか、あるんだ。じゃあ。
I think what it's saying here is, I already didn't, but here it says, sukka, arunda. So it's saying, oh, right, they are. So it's rather saying she's noticed or has taken note of the cooking utensils. And then, ja, well then, maybe. Then I think this is what it's implying is that I can use those utensils to make something for you now and then if you would like, type of thing. But it's gotta be pretty embarrassing. Hmm?
これからもよろしくお願いします。
Right. Same. Oh, there's the line I was looking for, but anyway. We bow to one another. I don't know if it's because we're both utterly embarrassed, or if we're just worn out from talking, but... the rest of our meal is a little awkward.
じゃあ、今日はありがとう。
Me too. Take care. After we finish lunch, I see off Kujo at the entryway as she gets ready to go home. I thought of maybe walking her halfway there, but nah, no need to go that far.
明日は学校あるのかな？
Probably. Oh right, I almost forgot. What happened to the piece of jewelry? The thing you stole?
ああ、所有権はもう手放したけれど。
She fishes around in her pockets.
まだある。
She pulls the gauze necklace out of her pocket. The artifact. You kept it?
直接返すべきなんだけど、自動的に戻るかなって思って。
Ah, you mean the way your hair clip returns to you?
ええ、そうなの。そのうち持ち主の元に戻ると思う。
That's kind of a problem, actually.
そうよね。返さなきゃってそればっかり思ってて。
After you steal something, can you just keep it?
できるけれど。
Ah, I'm sorry. Pretend I didn't say that. Kusho doesn't think too highly of her powers. Keeping something that she stole from someone else would probably be really stressful for her.
ごめんなさい。そうするべきなのに。覚悟が足らないね。
No, I'm sure we can work something else out. Actually, why don't you let me take care of it? Keeping that thing is just going to bother you, right? If it's going to return to its owner sooner or later, you might as well let me hold on to it until then.
お願いしてもいい？
Yeah.
ありがとう。
I take the necklace from Kujo. So this is an artifact, huh? Looks like a plain old silver necklace.
やっぱり新見くんは頼りになるね。
I'm bound to disappoint you sooner or later.
そんなことにはならないと思う。じゃあ今日はありがとう。
Right back at you. Your lunch was great.
明日からもよろしくね。
Same here.
お邪魔しました。
Kujo puts on her shoes, offers a deep bow, and walks out the door. Artifacts. An envoy from another world. The Evil Eyes user. Me being a security risk. Kujo's powers. Today has been just a sequence of crazy revelations. That said, the most serious event by far was, of course, Kujo coming to my apartment. Man, I'm in over my head here. Possibly due to all being so surreal, the situation hasn't really sunk in. But there's no denying that this object resting in my hand is a relic with powers transcending human knowledge. An artifact. Man, the heck am I going to do with this thing?
忘れてた。それは回収させてもらうわ。
Ah, okay. So she came back. Huh?
あぐ。
Ooh. As Sophie pops out of nowhere, her zipper comes undone and she engulfs my hand. Okay. I flip out and jerk my hand away, only to find the artifact is gone. If you wanted the artifact, you could have just said so.
言ったじゃない。あなたの手なんか食べないわよ。バカね。
She sneers at me and zips herself back. Zips herself up. I'm really starting to hate this thing. You ate it?
こっちの世界に戻したの。今後ミヤコがアーティファクトを奪ったら私が回収するわ。
When you do that, the artifacts can't go back to its original owner?
もちろん。
Okay, cool. I'll make sure to tell Kujo.
協力してくれるみたいね。あなたも。
So long as it's not a big hassle, sure.
良い心がけね。あなたみたいな凡庸なお猿さんですらアーティファクトに認められるのだから、ユーザーはもっともっと存在するはず。
You really get a kick out of insulting me, don't you? Just how many of these artifacts leaked into our world?
知らないわ。
Oh wait, seriously?
たくさんよ、たくさん。
That's the best you can do? And you're going around making fun of me?
うるさいわね。とにかく血眼になって探しなさい。
I'm waiting for this chapter to end before I end, but it keeps going on and on.
中にはミヤコのように正義の心を持ったユーザーもいるでしょう。味方につけるの。
knowing this as a visual novel with multiple characters and I've seen more people that I've not met, I'm going to estimate that those people are what you would call the righteous ones, who would be more than happy to join our side in a sense. I don't know. But I don't know if they're possibly one of them is bad, because one person is turning people to stone, so gotta find them.
そして魔眼のユーザーを探し出し、アーティファクトを奪いなさい。
And what will you be doing? Hey.
今は時期じゃないのよ。暦が悪い。
Okay. The stars aren't... What? The hell kind of excuse is that?
うるさいわね。今は私が動く時ではないの。それにあなたの監視で忙しいし。まあ、せいぜい頑張りなさい。
So this is how you treat your allies.
細かい男ね。モテないでしょ、あなた。
You want to say that one more time?
あら、やばん。あなたと喧嘩している暇なんてないの。今度こそさようなら。見てるわよ。あなたがどんな力を得たのか。危険な存在であることを忘れないように。
Yeah, yeah.
まったく。
Seemingly unsatisfied by my lackluster reply, Sophie makes another needlessly flashy exit. I'm beat. I hop into bed and let out a sigh. Artifacts. A negligent envoy from another world. He's just repeating what he said before. The evil eyes user. Me being a security risk. Kujo's powers. And unknown allies. This is a mess already. May still be putting all the pieces together, but that much is obvious already. Honestly, I wish it were all just a bad joke. But if it means I can get closer to Kujo, I'm willing to put in the effort. The town is in peril. Kakeru Nimi rushes to its aid, driven by his libido. I'm the freaking worst, I swear. Well, no harm in giving it a shot. I've got to at least work hard enough to live up to Kujo's expectations. Yeah. Opening, right. So, first thing I want to say, I don't watch openings, so this will be cut and I'll see you after this. And I'm back. So, I want to mention why I don't watch openings. Openings, trailers, things like those, I avoid like plague because they tend to have CG art that gets spoiled quite strongly. I like when I see a CG art that is depicting a scene or an emotion of what is happening around. I want to experience it firsthand without even saying, oh, I saw that earlier or saw that before. So also characters that might be introduced or situations that might lead to something. I try to avoid those as much as I possibly can. So yeah, that is the reason why I've left it out. So I apologize if people who wanted to watch that, you'll have to watch it somewhere else. Sorry about that. But yeah, as for this one, more questions answered, which is great. Still a few things unsure about. Kakeru's power, how it's going to tie into everything. We don't know who the bad person is. Gotta figure that out. I honestly don't hope it's not some blank-faced unknown guy that just happens to be a person who thinks murderous things, you know? I don't want to be a blank-faced person like the guy on fire. I want it be a person who is tied into the story or has a connection to something, you know? Oh, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. As for everything else, got more information about Sophie. Now that I think about it, that's all that this episode was. Just Sophie, Kujo, and Kakado talking. Wow. That actually dragged on quite a lot. Didn't even think about it. So there's not much to really say. Except that we kind of affirmed on what we need to do. We've got an idea of what we need to do. Yeah. We gotta find our artifact. See what's gonna happen with Kakadu's powers. And find people to help us. Sounding like a Persona game, honestly. But yeah, so far it's interesting. Can't wait to see more. For now, let me know what you guys thoughts of the episode. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.